r/AskReddit. What's the biggest scam people still fall for? Those Microsoft scam calls. It works so well that they have offices LMAO. I got a call from one of those. When the lady told me to turn on my computer, I replied that I don't have a cordless phone, and the cord wasn't long enough to reach my computer, then sat there in awkward silence for a minute or so until she hung up. Before you think ill of me, I was on a corded phone, so it wasn't a total lie. For a second I was pretty furious due to the mistaken assumption that you had told a white lie to the person wasting your time while attempting to steal your money. My dad played along with one. Had him on the line before saying, "Oh, I have a small problem. I don't even have a computer." I love doing that. Some of the IRS scam calls are fun, because you can sometimes get them to give you a street address if you talk long enough. If you pull up the IRS site, they have a form you can fill in with as much detail about the scam as you can manage to squeeze out of them. Always fun to finish the call telling them that impersonating the IRS is a federal crime. It's too bad the Indian Cyber Crimes Division in Delhi is probably backlogged on these guys for centuries because of how many there are. What Indian Cybercrime Division? You're talking about a country where I had to pay a 2,000 rupees bribe to see my grandfather after his heart attack in the hospital. The Cybercrime Division is probably ran by the same person who runs the scams. Of course they run the scams, it is called the Cybercrime Division, not the Anti-Cybercrime Division. Online charlatans that will share their secrets if you buy their course. Alright, here's my secret to getting rich. Step 1. Get people to think you have a secret to getting rich. Step 2. Make them pay you for the secret. There is no step 3. The podcast Oh No. Ross and Carrie has been doing some interviews with these people and have always reported on them. It gets really interesting to hear them try to BS their way through an interview when they realize it's not with a believer. Those phone calls that claim your social security number is suspended due to criminal activity. My own mom fell for this unfortunately. Edit. Whoa, did not expect this post to blow up. Tips to avoid this kind of scam if you live in the US. Your SSN will never get suspended. SSA, FBI, IRS will contact you directly through mail, not by phone. Scammers are experts on phone spoofing. The phone numbers may look legit but they're not calling from them. Don't panic if a scammer does have your information, it was all obtained through hacking a website where you filled out a form. Be sure to clear auto form fill data. Always have strong, hard to guess passwords. Never confirm any personal data even if it's 100% correct over the phone, they want you to verify this. Pay attention to unusual background noise. Our scammer played a blaring siren noise after transferring the call to the police during the entire conversation. My mom only figured out it was a scam when she heard background noises of an Indian street. No one will call saying you're going to be arrested. Arrests only happen in person with an arrest warrant signed by a judge. Gov agencies won't stay on the line with you the entire time you're withdrawing and depositing money, especially past business hours. At all. Always have antivirus software. Viruses are the common way to steal your data and scam you. Sorry to hear she fell for it. My adult kid asked me what they needed to do to get their SS hash unsuspended. I was glad they asked me first. Me, well, I think you need to check with the federal government birth date oversight office about that. If your social security number was suspended, they will need to issue you a new birth date. Once that is completed, then your social security number can be released. Adult child, so can I still use my number while it is suspended, or is that illegal? Me, well, if you use it while it's suspended, the birth date oversight office may need to assign you new parents. But that is a fairly easy process at this point. It's just an electronic form. Adult child, okay, so can you help me call the... Wait. What? Oh geez. Okay, so is the suspension real or not? Less than face palm, greater than, okay, so I'm guessing you will be filing the request for new parents for me. Me, yep. Seems I've failed you. Face with tears of joy. Lol, at least you had a funny exchange with your kid on this. My mom, on the other hand, fell for the scam hook, line, and sinker despite the multiple red flags in the entire phone call, e.g. SSN being suspended, being told she was going to be arrested, told to withdraw money and buy government-approved gift cards, and giving the caller the codes and pins on said gift cards. My parents lost money from this scam but gradually recovered. Hey babe. I've just come into some really great opportunities with this amazing team of women, and since that opportunity is still available, of course I thought of you, winking face. They're looking for hard-working ladies who want to empower each other by starting their own businesses. I know that sounds scary, but just wait until you see the paycheck at the end of it. You can be your own boss and take control of your fin and lol, just kidding, could you imagine? I've been getting so many of these recently. The number of emojis alone give me zero confidence in whatever they are pushing. Is there a reason they're always pushed towards women? My wife gets so many people trying to trick her into MLM things on Instagram, quite literally one a day. She has a few people she communicates with on there often, and she was telling me it happens to them too. Women are more likely to be homemakers than men, and often feel bored or like they need to contribute financially to the household. A lot of the pitch is that you're at home, you have the time, so why not make money from your phone since you're already on it all day anyway. The sauna slim belt was a thing in my country for almost a decade. People never lost an inch of fat, only got marks from the heat which the belt produced. Pure scam. Is your country Finland or DAOP? Probably in India. This scam was all over in telemarketing commercials here. Not gonna lie, I attended one of those pyramid scheme meetings at my friend's insistence, and man, it was filled with low-income people and the whole thing was clearly targeted at them. Felt really bad seeing how they were being sold dreams of earning a lot of money and stuff. Such a scam. My first ever job interview turned out to be an MLM. I was pissed. I had this experience too. Worst yet, the interview had over 30 people turn up, and anyone who wasn't literally drunk or high at the time got offered a follow-up interview that was actually just MLM sales pitch. They phoned me at 7 a.m. that morning angry I wasn't there. LMAO. This happened to me, only it was disguised as a legit job. You Northwestern Mutual. Thought I had a shot as a finance intern. Left with a packet and instructions to sell shitty retirement products to my family. Chucked the entire thing at a gas station on the way home. Found out they pulled the same shit on 50 kids from my school and still had the finance intern posting up weeks after, interviewing 50 plus candidates. I had a buddy who went through the interview. Said they wouldn't even start asking him questions until he gave contact information for 10 other people that would be interested in the internship as well. Thankfully, I researched it and decided it was a scam before going to the actual interview. It's disgusting that they do this to people who are trying to earn some actual experience. My freshman year of college, a senior invited me to one of these disguising it as a business opportunity. I'd never heard of a pyramid scheme before, but the whole thing was just so ridiculous. I couldn't understand at all what was going on, but I knew I didn't care to be part of it. I remember the guy running the thing was trying to spout off how if you followed them you could make crazy amounts of money. I was near the front and he asked me directly what I would do with that kind of money. I said I'd pay off college debts. He looked away from me and addressed the rest of the audience, dismissing my response, and suggested that it would be a lot cooler to buy a sports car and some other pie-in-the-sky stuff. Do you have a moment to talk about your car's factory warranty? Just bought a new 4Runner immediately, started getting calls on my cell phone. Those duckers spoof local #s tricking me into answering all the time, bastards. I got a call from my own number a while back. That was interesting. It's me, from the future. I'ma need you to wire me some money ASAP. Our kneecaps are counting on you, us. Wait a minute. Future me would know I'm broke as duck all the time. Future you also knows you're in for a big break. But only if you send now. The old pyramid scheme still works despite being old and every trait of it being widely known. Sometimes you can't beat a classic. As long as there are stupid people to take advantage of stupid people to take advantage of stupid people, and so on and so forth, thus adding to the great chain of life. It's the circle of life and it screws us all. 5 years ago my friend got roped into this great investment that her friend's dad was running. I didn't participate because it sounded too good to be true, which is a sign that if it was they wouldn't be telling you about it. My friends put about $4,000 into it and soon enough it got broken up by the feds for being a Ponzi scheme. Imagine scamming your child's friends of tons of money. What a great father. Half of the ladies at my work are part of various pyramid schemes, MLMs, and it annoys the ever-loving shit out of me. They'll post their shit referral links and stuff in group chats, emails and mention it during meetings. It's so sad. If your product requires my friends and family actively telling me to buy it for it to sell, screw your brand. Tupperware might be good, but I'm not paying €20 for a plastic box that does the job of any plastic box I can find for €1. Can't believe that Herbalife shit is still going, in seemingly all parts of the world. My cousin scammed my extremely sweet and trusting natured 59Y, oh mother, her own aunt, into buying that shit, and then tried to recruit her all for profit. I dragged her so ducking bad. Scamming your little old high school associates is bad enough, but your own family, that is good to you. Evil. These Facebook posts imitating real companies saying you'd win whatever they're offering, despite the page being created hours ago and the only post being said giveaway. The comments are always tragic to read. For some reason the really popular ones I see are free RV or free tiny home. When my friends repost the posts I have to hold my tongue long. I just saw a free RV one shared by a friend on Facebook. According to the post, the original winner couldn't claim the prize because they lived in Canada, so they were reposting the RV. I just rolled my eyes and kept scrolling. Yes. I constantly see people sharing a pic of a brand new vehicle with caption, so and so from city and state was under 18 and couldn't claim our prize. We want to give this away for free to whoever shares and comments on this post. And the page is just the make and model of the vehicle and the album of photos is just the same vehicle. No city or state or dealership mentioned and there's hardly any followers. I can't understand the point or why people think it's real face with rolling eyes. Edit. Wow, I'm both glad that so many of you are seeing this online as well and disturbed that it's reaching so many people. Hopefully we can help make others aware of such a simple scam for whatever purpose it has. Mobile games which are designed to be bad so they can frustrate you enough to buy their currency. Failing that, the game will feature spam clicking until you run out of energy, which will spawn a buy more energy pop-up, hoping you will buy lots of it by accident. I tried one that mathematically requires you to spend money to progress after a certain point. It looks possible, but when you run the numbers it's clear there is no amount of grinding or daily logins to make enough in-game currency for the next stages. Hogwarts, a mystery. God, that game is awful. And it's really too bad because I really liked the story and was curious as to where it was going. But the only ducking gameplay mechanic was clicking until you run out of energy, then setting a timer for 3 hours to make sure you have enough energy to click again before the 5-hour timer for that room expires. It's such an unbelievably scummy design. I have several clients that fell for the scam where when you do a password reset on a bank website and they text you a code to complete the password reset and the scammer calls you for the code. If you receive a code via text, never tell it to someone else. And worse, are texts from Google Voice to take over your phone number. I've worked on payroll systems for over 30 years so I've seen a lot of scams, but this one is one of the worst. My roommate fell for that, and she could never contact anyone at Google to get her phone hash back. She had that phone hash since 1993 just after graduated from college, so she was understandably upset. I just Googled Google Voice scam, and one of the results had the procedure to get your number back. You'll get a job at X organization if you pay X amount. It's always a scam. You never have to pay someone to work for them. Edit. Since I work in IT sector, I was talking about that. This happens especially more to fresh out of college folks looking for a job. You have to pay Mr. Krabs. Strippers have to pay the house to dance there. Or at least the ones I danced at that an old friend worked at did. Nigerian prince emails. I can't believe people still fall for them, but apparently it's a multi-million-dollar industry. When the son of the deposed king of Nigeria emails you directly, asking for help, you help. His father ran the freaking country. Okay. Unfortunately, those seem to mostly target older people who might be easily confused or intimidated, whereas the Nigerian prince emails just target idiots. Weight loss pills and weight loss tea. And in this vein, detoxifying teas, shakes, etc. that claim to clear years of sludge and fecal buildup out of your intestines, which will boost weight loss. If you had fecal matter building up in your GI tract, you'd know about it, and your pants size would be the least of your concerns. Penis enlargement pills. Anything from poor animals on the edge of extinction that proclaim longer staying power and arousal, like rhino horn, please don't buy this product for curiosity or ingest.